Hey guys, Greg here from Citadel Roof Systems. We are on your roof in Merrimack, New Hampshire, and we're just giving you an overview right now of what we're looking at here. Your roof is a built-up style roof, smooth built up, and it has been overlaid with some EPDM rubber. And so we're going to take a look at the condition of your roof now and give you some options as to how we would get this roof in good shape for you. As you can see here, we're looking at what we refer to as the field of an EPDM membrane, and your field is in generally good shape here for this portion of the roof. It's still very pliable, it's not degraded from UV rays or anything. We do have some buckles here and there, but that's not an issue for leaking for you. As we come over here, you can see the more likely issues for leaking in these areas, which are seams. EPDM seams tend to let go. And part of the reason for that is called thermal shock. Say in July or August, this membrane gets about 170 degrees and it gets very relaxed and expands, and then it will rain on it and it will contract very quickly, and that takes the fields here and causes some tension and causes these seams to pull apart. And so that's one issue. You have plenty of that up here, so there's a lot of seam repair to do, but you can see in the field of the roof, we're not finding, that there are slits and holes and cuts everywhere. It's doing all right. And we'll take a look over here at another issue with this EPDM section of the roof. As we look at your drain here, you can see that the way that this was installed, this is open, and we can see here all of these corner patches have failed, and so this is one issue that would definitely need to be addressed. And when we do roof restorations or even repair EPDM, we make sure that these whole areas here are seamless transitions for you, that you no longer have anything like this here that can let go or any kind of seams inside of there. This is an area that gets all of the square footage of the water from all around in this zone rushing right down into that one location. So we want to make sure that this is a seamless area for you, and that's how we go about repairing that. We'll go through some of the methods for those repairs in a little bit. Now as we walk up here, we get a look at your built-up roof. You can see here that it's aged. It has what we call alligatoring in it. As you look down, you see all of those cracks. That's typical. That's just from it drying out over the years. But the substrate here is pretty solid. You're not having chunks tearing up, and you're not having anything that is out of the ordinary here for a normally aged, smooth, built-up style roof. And so this roof here, as we evaluate it, is very restorable. It's a great candidate for a full restoration. We have multiple levels of full restorations that we're going to include for you, so you can take a look at those there. And when we do a full restoration on these roofs, you're seeing that every few feet here you have a seam. And we'll go approach the flashing here so you can take a look at that as well. You see along the flashing that you have multiple strips that are running this way where your rolls intersect. And so you have what are essentially seams going around your roof here. Well, when we do a full restoration, all those transitions are completely seamless. You no longer have a seam every 3 feet. This is a monolithic seamless membrane, and so it's more watertight than you're going to find in a TPO, Hypalon, PVC, EPDM, any of those kind of membranes. And so over here we can see that there was a repair that was done recently. Looks like there was a slice in the membrane. If we take a look at this repair, you can see that it's already failing. This repair was done very recently. As I push on it, see how that's lifting up? Part of the reason is because this repair was just smoothing out some goop on it, some roof goop, rather than actually repairing it. Those repairs never hold. Here's a material that was used, just left up here. There's a Karnak flashing roof cement just smeared on there. And so we don't want to see repairs like this here. We make sure every single thing is fully fabric reinforced, and that it will hold up for many years for you. You need to make sure that you have a high elongation material that can move as much as any other material up here. In fact, that its elongation exceeds that of the elongation of the roof. That means the movement of the roof here. And so as we're walking along here, now you can see an area of EPDM that is not adhered well. This is coming up. This is something that needs to be removed. And so in our proposal, we will make sure that we include removing these areas. And further up, you see another area that needs to be removed. Again, we're taking a look at another drain scenario here. This one does not have the EPDM in it yet, or they didn't get to it when they were installing it. And so you can see here that we have cracks going around. And what you're having here is the same scenario where you're having a roll here and then you're having a flashing material put around with a pan inside. And so again, we have seams that have let go. And so this is a main place for water penetration into the building on every single roof. These are always the weakest links, and so we make sure that these are completely seamless in and out for you. Now as we walk here, you can get another glimpse here of your substrate. It is all solid. There's another repair with that goop. And we can take a look here at some of the membrane that's come up. And as we go along here, we can see that the transition from your built-up roof to your EPDM that was overlaid has been sealed here with a, let's take a look here, a fiberglass material. This fiberglass material should never be used on EPDM. That's this stuff here. It is suitable for your built-up roof, but this is a fiberglass material with some tar. That's why it's failed. You can't use this on EPDM. It has a way too low elongation for it, and so they never hold up, and the tar shouldn't be used on EPDM anyway. It's not something that's designed for that. And so when you're doing a seam like this here to seal in your transitions, you want to always make sure that you're using a high elongation material that is embedded with a polyester fabric that's designed to bridge these two materials together. Then you won't have it failing and curling up like this, because this EPDM moves way too much for that fabric to hold up. So that's why it's failed there. It's failed around your skylight there. And so again, you can see that more tar has been installed on your EPDM here, but it's all failed. Tar should not go on EPDM. It's fine on this material, but does not work there. And so here you have it. Taking a look at your roof here. Again, your substrate is solid, which is a great thing. We're looking at some of the transitions between the EPDM and the built up. Here you're just seeing that it was just tarred. It was not fabric reinforced at all there, but they just put some tar on there. And so we'll go through some of the ways that we would repair this roof. We're going to offer you a few levels of what we call tune-ups. Tune-ups are varying levels to essentially tune this roof up to a watertight condition. Level 1 is the lowest. We go up to a level 3 tune-up. And essentially what we would be doing on the tune-up is sealing all of your leaks that are known. And then we would go to your penetrations, which you're seeing over there, and your flashings, and your skylights, and your drains. And we would be completely sealing all of those areas, making them monolithic. We would also, depending on the level of tune-up, go along all of these transitions between the modified bitumen and your EPDM, and we would actually fully fabric reinforce all of those so that you are not having any more opportunity for water to creep in underneath. And as you take a look over here, what they've done is they've just glued that down, but that's a cured rubber seam, and so that one's holding up fairly well compared to the rest. Here you see that they overlaid a seam tape on that, and that's still holding up fairly well compared to the rest. But regardless, we would want to make sure that each one of these is completely fully fabric reinforced with the proper measures. Again, here you're seeing that there's more fiberglass with tar, so that would need to come up and other measures be installed. And so that's what we're looking at here. We're going to give you options for doing a level 1, level 2, level 3 tune-up. We'll describe what's included in each level. We're going to give you an option for a full roof restoration, which will make this whole roof seamless and monolithic. There will be no place on this whole roof that will have a seam with a full roof restoration. And we'll also probably give you an option for a spray foam roof that will give you a spray polyurethane foam that's designed for roofs, that is walkable, with a high elongation reflective coating that is installed on top, so that you'll actually get more of the thermal benefit as well while you're fixing your roof. And so we'll lay forward all those options for you and outline each one, what's included in the proposal. Now we're going to go take a look at your ballasted roof, and go through some of the options available over there.